Hello YouTube Pipers, it's Double O Pipe, aka Rick, and I received another package in the mail yesterday and decided to save it until today to open it up and show you what I got. So here we go. My lethal weapon. It's got a ding in it, so it looks like something. I guess when they were handling it with care, it dropped by accident or something. Plenty of these. And a $100 wine voucher. Anybody want that? $10 off on DoorDash, whatever that is. Stanwell pipes, and Harry's razor. Anybody want a Harry's razor? And what I asked for and received, somebody said I should try this, so I got some sail in a pouch. And against my better judgment, I decided I would try Chocolatey Clair pipe tobacco because I saw Paladin Piper trying this on one of his, and he made it sound so good that even though shepherd's pie didn't remind me of shepherd's pie at all, I just had to try this because I love Chocolatey Clairs. So, the pouch isn't sealed up like the ones I normally get. Let's see what it smells like. It definitely smells like chocolate. And I'm not going to take any thought of filling this up halfway because I'm going to fill it right up to the top. And I'll do it like Jim did on Father Knows Best and just pack it in the pouch. Anybody remember that show? He smoked a pipe. He had leather patches on his elbows, on his jacket. You can draw through that. And let's seal this up. Man, that does smell good enough to eat. Wow, that's some good smelling stuff. This is the Royal Duke Dr. Graybow that I got the other day. And this is the second time I smoked it. But instead of filling it halfway like they suggested, I'm just going to go ahead and fill it up. And that was very moist when I put it in here. So it may take a moment to light because it might be too wet. For the first time, I taste something other than smoke. And it's that chocolate hint. I don't know how they did that, but that's the healthy chocolate too, the dark chocolate. Man, that is good. Now my mouth is coated in chocolate. Might be too much of a good thing. Wonder when the cream filling comes in. Silky smooth black Cavendish is topped with an especially deep and rich chocolate. I can taste that. Flavor for great taste and outstanding aroma. I reckon I should have left it out and let it dry a little bit. That could be too much of a good thing. I don't think that's Hershey's. C'est la vie, I guess, is the company that makes it. Oh no. It says, warning, this product contains nicotine. Oh no. That's two addictive things, chocolate and nicotine. That's a deadly combination. Now, if it had whiskey in it too, that's all people would be smoking. Now, I was told that this sale is another Codger brand. Oh, and it's sealed. Unlike that one, the C'est la vie. So I won't open that until next time. Not bad for an old man. I find if I hold my mouth still and just project it with the tongue slowly, not fast, don't get over anxious, but just push your tongue and it'll come out. Not guaranteeing that'll work, but that seems to be what I think I'm doing. Okay, Paladin Piper. I agree with you. That's good. I don't think I could make it a daily diet, but as a dessert, that's pretty good. go back to my meat and potatoes, Carter Hall and Velvet, and then every once in a while have a delicious treat. I'm okay with this. Well, it's a Sunday afternoon. It's rained off and on now. Right now it's sunny. I don't know if there's any more rain coming or not, but once again, the good Lord's looking out for us because there's a monster hurricane off the coast. Trying to think of the name they gave it, but I can't think of it right this minute. Lee, I think. Hurricane Lee. It's been predicting all week that it's going to turn north. I pray every night that that does happen because I don't know if I could live through another hurricane like Hugo as old as I am. Because this house, I think, would be swept away. If not swept away, at least floating. And I don't know what I'd do. I guess I don't know if you, like with a car, if it's totaled, if you get full price for it so you can buy another car of same quality. If you get full price for a house, if it's considered totaled. Plus all the things I've got in here that I've collected from, some of them from grammar school. Anyway, the good Lord has seen so far to have it drift into the North Atlantic instead of into the coast. Excuse me. Sometimes I feel like I need Roto-Rooter to get in there and scrape the inside of my throat. I can't seem to rid myself of that. I don't know what it is. That damn frog. I was thinking back on a Sunday, back when I was little enough to sit on a church pew so that when my back hit the back, my feet barely went over the edge of the chair itself, the, what do you call it, the pew itself. And we had gotten in there after Sunday school, sitting in there, and parents were trying to calm their kids down because we were all really restless. We're always restless in church because it was a little over our head what they were saying in there. Sunday school we could understand because they talked at our level. But in church, the young ones would get restless and the granddads would fall asleep. My granddad did that every time the preacher came to the pew or into the pulpit. My grandmother was elbowing him all the way through the sermons, and he'd go and smile. But he would, like that, he'd nod right off. And us kids, we would be restless and doing this and doing that. My mother would pinch me. I don't know what other people's parents did, but I always got a pinch, and I had to sit still. Well, this particular time, the preacher came in from the side, and his, I don't know what you call it, his smock or whatever that is that preachers wear when they come to the pulpit. It was a black, I don't know if you call it a smock or not, that's what I'm going to call it. It was black, and it was covered in dust and dirt and cobwebs. And he walked up with his hand to his side, got behind the pulpit, and he looked out at the congregation. He said, "I guess you folks are wondering why I haven't come, as I normally do, dressed immaculately in a very clean robe." I call it a robe. All right, we'll call it a robe. Robe. He said, "Well, first I want to say this church needs your help. The collection plate always comes back with coins. There are no dollars, no envelopes. Nobody's living up to their pledge. And I'm here to say that you need to reconsider your giving to this church, because you're stewards of this church. And it's your responsibility to God to keep this church in condition that it doesn't deteriorate enough that we can no longer worship here." He said, "Now I'll tell you why I'm covered in dirt, trash, cobwebs. It's because I've been underneath the floorboards of this church. And when I was under there, one of the supporting beams caught my eye. And I got under it to get a better view of it. And I reached up to touch it, and it fell. And I thought I was going to be crushed, because those beams are heavy. Excuse me. But it didn't crush me. It fell on top of me. And I was shocked at how light it was. So that section that fell on top of me, I brought out from under the church here in my hand. And he held it up so the congregation could see it. And he said, "This support beam is so riddled with termites and so holy, not in the sense that you're thinking, but so holy that when I do this," and he just crushed in his hands, and it turned to powder and crumbled to the floor, "is what we have under this church. And if we don't do something about it, if we don't get that collection to where it should be and put it into this house of worship, we're not going to have a house of worship in a few years. We're going to have some serious work done to the foundation of this church if we're going to continue to worship here." So I'm going to say to you now, don't fill this collection plate with coins. You give what you can and be serious about your gift. And he waved at the people in the back who came up with the collection plates. Pass these. I'm going to have the ushers pass these collection plates through you once again. I know it's gone through once, but such a disappointing gifts are never going to keep this house together. So I want you to think hard and decide whether you want to come here to worship. If you feel like you've done your part for God and your friends who worship here with you, reach deep into those pockets. And don't just do it this week, but think seriously about honoring your pledges, because you have not been doing that. And thus endeth the sermon, he said. And he brushed himself off, brushed away the cobwebs. And he said, I see you back there. Some of you are sleeping. My grandmother, once again, wham, right into my granddaddy's ribs, who woke up and said, yeah, and smiled. Along with several other in front of us. He said, I hope you didn't sleep through this important sermon, and I hope your wives are going to tell you what I said so that you can think hard about it. And I'm leaving the pulpit now. I'm done. So with that, we did the doxology. Is it the doxology? I can't remember. But anyway, the ending hymn. I don't know whether I just got ash down there or what. Sounds like a strong wind on a winter night. I found that I enjoy the latter part of a smoke more than the initial burn. But anyway, that ended the sermon. And as everybody was walking out, I had to run up there to see what that would look like. And there were termites on the floor, and it was just crumbly dust. There was no beam there anymore at all. It was that bad that he had just crushed it in his hand. So we walked out of the church and walked the 3 blocks back to our car and came home. And I don't know, I didn't ask Mom what she did about pledging, but I'm sure when she saw that, she decided to do a little more than what she had been doing. I know my mother, or I knew my mother. Actually, I guess I can say I know my mother because she's still around. She's alive and well with the Lord above. I like this. I'm surprised because I didn't care for the other one that I had, shepherd's pie. I mean, I love shepherd's pie, and I just thought with a name like that, it was going to have some kind of taste of shepherd's pie, but just, no, didn't care for it. So I wasn't expecting much with this, but I recommend this for dessert. If you smoke one brand a lot, take a break. Try this. It's not a cherry flavor, which seems to be the biggest flavoring that some of these aromatics have, but a really rich chocolate flavor. I can taste that. know if you can see those or not. My dad would blow one and then blow another one real quick and it would go through the first one. I haven't been able to do that. Can't get enough of this weed to burn. Okay, enough playing around. I've taken up enough of your time if you're still here. Honor your pledges. Take care of yourselves. I'm glad to be here. I hope you're glad to be here. Enjoy what's left of your weekend. Enjoy what's left of your pipe. And just take it easy trying to blow a smoke ring. Do it real slow. And just poke your tongue towards the opening in your mouth. You don't have to be in a hurry or anything. Just let it roll. Take care of yourselves. God bless you. Till the next time. Bye-bye.